Hi everybody, this is Tina with Loving Life's Little Blessings, and welcome to our catalog cased projects for our Wednesday post. I've been doing this over on my blog here on YouTube for a couple weeks now, and it's just where I look through the catalog and I pick a project and then I case it for you guys and I show you how I think it's done. So I'm going to be doing this project right here. It's a bag and it uses a few products. And last week I cased a project, and when I looked at the catalog and I looked at what I thought had been done, I got a comment and somebody said, oh, the supply list or whatever says that they used this. Now, with Stampin' Up, you can, I don't know if it's available to people if you're not a Stampin' Up demonstrator, but I know as a demonstrator, I can log on to my demonstrator website and I can look at a supply list, and it will tell me like page 150, this bag, they used all these items. I don't know if that's available to you if you're not a demonstrator. So when I'm doing these projects, these catalog cased projects, I really am honestly coming at it from the perspective of, if you just opened up this catalog and you saw a photo and you wanted to recreate it, how would you do that? If you did not have access to a supply list or something, to that nature. So, it may be, I may not case it exactly. You may look at it and say, oh, I don't think they did that. I think they used this, or, something like that. But I'm just casing it the best that I can to what I see. So anyways, that's a little disclaimer. I just wanted to share with you guys where I'm coming from with these projects. So we're going to do this bag right here. And for this, I am going to use one of our bags. This looks like maybe just a lunch sack, like a paper bag, but it looks maybe smaller. I'm not sure. So what I decided to do is just go ahead and use what I had on hand, what I had available. And so I'm going to go ahead and use this bag, and I think it's a little bit cuter. So we're going to use my favorite piece of paper ever, which is the Bermuda Bay polka dot paper. This is in the stacks, are just color family stacks. This is in the bright stacks, and I have purchased 3 paper stacks since the beginning of the year, or since the beginning of the catalog, just because I keep going through this one sheet. You get like 2, I think, and I just keep using this piece. The other thing that we're going to be using is after the afternoon picnic paper, and it's this yellow piece right here. And you actually probably could use this polka dot piece. This is in a Coastal Cabana color, so it's the Coastal Cabana, and it's a little bit distressed. This is, you can tell, a little bit brighter piece. And then I'm going to be using some, in this one they used just a twine. I'm going to go ahead and use a Bermuda Bay baker's twine, and then also a little mini clothespin. And that comes in our Pretty Packages accessory kit, and you can actually get these bags, these boxes, and this accessory kit for free right now. And that's just by joining Stampin' Up, becoming a member with Stampin' Up and with me, and you would get all of that for free. So let's jump right in and do this project. I'm going to leave my catalog opened over here. I'm going to try not to miss any steps like I did last week. I'm going to zoom in a tiny bit just so you guys can see a little bit closer. So all I've done is I've just folded this down. And I think what I would like to do is go ahead and trim this so it's a flat, straight top instead of this curved top the way it is. I've already talked a lot, I feel like, in this video, so it might be longer today. Okay, so I'm going to keep my trimmer out because I'm going to need it. So now I just have a straight edge right there. So now I have this yellow piece, and the coordinating color for this is crushed curry. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to eyeball this. This is how I like to craft. I don't like to be real exact. So I just eyeballed that and folded it over to give me what I think the size that's going to work. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I think that I would like the paper to go all the way to the bottom of this bag. You can't really see in the photo in the catalog, you can't see how far what they did. So I think I would just like it to go all the way to the bottom. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So next, this is going to be the flower portion of what we're going to do. So let's set the bag aside. Now I've taken this punch. This is the 5-petal punch. And I am going to punch 2. 3. Let's do 3. Looks like they did 3. You could do this with 2. I've done this technique with 2 flowers, but it looks like they did 3. Okay, everybody, so this was actually, maybe it's just because I'm a perfectionist, but this was actually a little bit harder to put together than I originally thought. So what I did is I took 2 flat flowers, okay? I probably am going to edit out of the entire portion of me trying to figure this out because it was a nightmare. So what I did is I took 2 flat ones like this. Okay, so this is from the Fancy Flower Punch. I took 2 of these, and what I did is I just rolled the edges up. One I rolled up really a lot, okay? So I got it pretty rolled up, the edges. So then the second one, I just did a little bit, the very edges rolled up. So I didn't give it a lot of depth on the second one. And then I took dimensionals and popped these 2 up, and instead of doing them off center to where, because then that ended up looking like a circle, and I think that's where I wasn't liking the way it was looking. So instead I did them sort of overlapping each of the petals, okay? So it was just a tiny bit off. And then I took the 3rd flower. I apologize. See, this is part of doing it on camera, is it doesn't always work the first time. So then I put the adhesive on the 3rd one like this, really just kind of bent these down, and then pinched this up like so. Then I placed the button in the middle with the baker's twine, and then I used glue dots to attach this portion. The dimensionals popped it up too much. So that's how I got this 3D flower, and it looks, I'm going to be honest, I'm not thrilled with it, but I think it's just because I'm too much of a perfectionist. So here's the photo of how it looks, and then here's mine. Okay, so now let's do the bag. So now I'm just going to take this designer paper that we cut down. Remember, I just eyeballed this part. Add a little bit of adhesive. And for this, what I'm going to do is I'm just using this crease right here to line it up. And then again, I'm just eyeballing it on either side. And that's going to go all the way down to the bottom. just like that. And then next, I'm going to grab one of my little mini clothespins, and we're going to do some stamping. The stamp set that they used is the 6-sided sampler. So we're going to need Hello Sweet Friend, and you know, I think they used a regular clothespin. No, maybe they didn't. Okay. All right, so this is going to be a little, that clothespin is really little. So they used this punch, and I'm going to grab a piece of very vanilla cardstock. I'm just going to grab and my markers, my brighter markers. We're going to use Bermuda Bay and crushed curry and black. So we can put this on a block. We're going to do the Hello in Bermuda Bay. You just take your writer marker and you color right on the stamp. You don't have to be fast. You don't have to worry about, I've got to get the ink on there really fast so then I can turn it over and stamp it, because we're going to re-moisten that ink in just a second. So then we're going to take crushed curry and we're going to do Sweet Friend, and I'm just using the brush tip of my marker. And now to moisten it, I'm just going to breathe onto this part of the stamp. And then we can take this punch and punch that. And then now I'm going to clean my stamp just by using my Stampin' scrub. It's still a little wet from earlier when I was doing stuff. And now I'm going to take my black marker and go right over Sweet Friend. And let's see how this works. Then I'm going to take this clothespin and I'm just going to press it onto the stamp. Let's see. Okay, I don't know if my camera is gonna pick this up. I don't know if it's gonna focus. There it goes. I didn't get it over enough. So let's just flip it over and try it again. So it works really well. The ink goes really well onto the clothespin. It's just if I can center it on there. Okay, that's better. Then I pressed too hard and smeared the ink. Okay. Well, I mean, it works. Okay. So now this piece is gonna go right here. And the flower is gonna go right here. I'm gonna make this come down. You know what I'm gonna do? I don't know if this is what they did, but what I'm going to do is I'm gonna actually attach this piece to the actual flower. And how I'm going to do that is I'm just going to use a little bit of snail right at the top of that punch. And then I'm going to look at where it would best go on my flower, and I think right there. Okay. Now, I really smeared that. This side actually looks better if it was on the clothespin evenly. So now I'm just going to take a couple glue dots and put them on here. And now you can see that this can go right on my bag. Actually, this is super cute. It really, really is super cute. And then that's just on that flap. You can see the flower is just on the flap. So then if you wanted, you could just put a little bit of adhesive right down on that punch, and then that would hold it closed, but it wouldn't rip it when you opened it. So, but that would hold it closed. So there is my catalog cased project for today, this bag. It was kind of messy today. Doing this project was kind of messy, so I'm sorry. Hope I didn't annoy anybody. This is how it came out. If you have any questions, please just send me an email and I'll be happy to try to answer any questions you have. So thanks guys for coming back, and make sure you come back on Friday for a brand new Love and Life kit, and I promise you are going to love this kit. This is my absolute favorite kit that we've done thus far. So thanks guys for coming by, and I will talk to you later.